Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, YouTube.
How are we doing, fellas and felines? Is that a thing? It is now. How are we doing, guys?
Hello, you cool cats and kittens.
Oh no, that's
Wow.
that's dated. It's fellas and felines now.
Yeah, fellas and felines.
Yeah, we like it.
Wow.
How do we feel about that room?
We just lost. Everyone just dropped out of the room.
Yeah.
Because they heard you say that. They said, "No, we don't want to hear that." Hello, welcome to Up Next on YouTube. If you're seeing this, you're still seeing the part that we didn't trim off. So welcome. Up Next, the podcast every Wednesday night, live on YouTube. Wherever you find your podcast.
Yes.
Thursday morning.
I won't feel safe until I see the OK sign from Mr. Eric Marcotte. So, guys, how do we look and how do we sound?
Yes, how are we doing? Where's Eric Marcotte? Why isn't he in the room? And he's like creeping and he's going to give us the... He's like, I'm here. I know it. He's going to do it. How's everyone doing tonight? Wednesday night. We didn't get the UFC gloves in the shop. It's UFC tonight. We went up against UFC. We're up against UFC right now.
We are indeed.
Maybe that's what, yeah.
I'm hopefully going to win some money.
You're going to bet on sports again?
Sorry?
Is that illegal?
What, betting? Yes.
We're going live. We are live. We should tweet it out, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, just going to tweet it out. Hopefully get the room to fill up a little more. Of course, Eric's busy with UFC tonight. That's where Eric is.
Right.
Hi, Chris Leone. How are you? How do we look? How do we sound? Hair's doing crazy stuff right now.
Me too.
Hello, John. John.
Sino.
Associate producer. Someone tell us, how do we look and how do we sound?
Yeah, someone. Jeez. Can you hear us?
We look and sound great. Thank you very much. Perfect. That's just what I want to hear. Right, it is 10:30.
All right.
We've tweeted it out.
Eric Marcotte's here.
Eric's here.
Wow. Eric is here.
Eric, I need you to let me know when, what is it? Simon wins, Hernandez wins, St. Preux wins, and Smith wins.
Wow.
Tell me when all four of those guys win. Oh, thank you, Superfan. Okay. Yeah, UFC so rude, running Wednesday. Wednesday nights are
So weird.
for us, not for that fake sport.
Ha! Ha!
Okie dokie, right.
So we'll do a UFC. Wednesday night, fight night. That's right. Wednesday nights are usually wine Wednesdays, but they're not tonight.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that indeed. Hey, thank you for joining us. I guess we'll start the show. We'll chat about NXT. We'll chat about quarantine. Talk about Jim Johnson. Cool Gang Big B's in the room. What up, doe?
I know who that is.
What up, doe?
We're going to be talking to him tomorrow night.
Are we?
I believe that's B Detroit.
B Detroit is a world champ patron on our Patreon, patreon.com/upnext, and he chose 8 Mile because he's from Detroit, obviously, the king of Detroit, Eminem, 8 Mile classic. We're going to be reviewing that with B Detroit. Cool Gang Big B. He says yes, in fact, it is him because he's. I can't wait to talk about Eminem.
I know.
Even you.
Knees
Even
are weak.
You know.
Arms are sweaty.
Yeah. Mom something. Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom spaghetti. Need to rewatch 8 Mile. Yeah, some of our patrons rewatch the stuff with us and then listen to our review. So it's cool. In this time of quarantine, if you're looking for stuff to watch, well, we watch some crazy shit on our Patreon.
We
So
do
much stuff.
indeed. But the craziest shit we're just about to talk about, and that is tonight's NXT.
Yeah.
So, pull up a chair,
Get a drink.
get a drink, have a poo.
Have a
and yeah, why not? If you're uncomfortable, don't want you watching us all uncomfortable now.
I don't want to put it in people's minds, but sometime, somewhere, someone has been watching or listening to our YouTube live or podcast while taking a poop. It's inevitable. It happens.
For sure.
So I'm just saying, someone right now.
It's the only way I listen to John and Way. Love those guys. Right, let's get into the bulk of the show. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Let's start recording. Hey, thank you for joining us in the YouTube room. We are going to start recording Up Next. if you got to dip out, thank you for joining us. But the podcast is up wherever you get your podcasts. So go find that, download that, and all that jazz.
Oh, you've unplugged me, by the way.
I've unplugged you. Oh, man. You've been unplugged. Oh, no. Everything's falling apart. We gotta wait now. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Crap kills, right?
Sorry about this, folks. Yeah, my computer just got unplugged.
Oh, yeah. That whole thing is unplugged. Good stuff.
There we go. That's better. Right. I have juice. The lights are on.
You're the juice.
We are ready to go.
I
Okay.
see my butt on the feed. Oh, it's my shoulder. Lose yourself without looking at the lyrics. Yeah. You thought someone was sitting on my couch. The White Claw's hitting. Actually, we haven't had one. No White Claws. Oh, you have one.
I have one ready in the wings.
All right. Let's make sure this is recording and let's go. I'm drinking a Smash soda.
You're not finishing your... Or you're taking turns.
Yeah, why not? I'm a fan of that.
Might as well open this now.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Everyone, crack your drinks, get your water, your tea, something, and let's start. Let's do this. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for UpNXT, postwrestling.com, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Patreon.com, and
ProWrestlingTees.com/upNXT.
Wow.
Why
That's a
not? Let's
throwback.
throw it out. But no, of course, YouTube.com/upNXT. Hello, YouTube room.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We go live every Wednesday night at 10:30 to talk all about NXT.
yes, you know why?
Because we're your NXT friends.
Friends.
We switch it around this
Yeah,
week.
usually I set you up for it, but it feels nice.
Yeah, it does.
Good.
Yeah.
We also were your friends on Sunday. We did a watch along for Money in the Bank. The crazy chaos that it was. That was so much fun. So our YouTube is full of surprises. YouTube.com/upNXT. Indeed, we go live for NXT, but we've been going live for these like watch alongs and stuff. So we're doing another one for AEW Double or Nothing. Yes, we are NXT, but oh my gosh, we watch AEW too. Could
Yeah,
you believe
we
it?
got a lovely tweet earlier going, "Hey, just wanted to know, what do you guys think about Hikaru Shida?"
Hikaru Shida.
And
I
we're
wanna
like,
meet
I don't normally talk about Shida on a Wednesday, but
No.
we like Hikaru Shida. So you can find out all about what we think about AEW and Hikaru Shida on Thursdays.
Yeah, we actually do an AEW UpNXT as our NXT AEW kind of show because last week on AEW was so much fun to watch.
Oh, so
And
good.
We did our show on it, and Kenny Omega doing the moonsault off that, whatever it was, cherry picker, whatever you call that thing, was so impressive. The golf cart, crazy. So we have so much fun Thursdays as well. But shout out everyone who joined us for the Money in the Bank watch along because we did a show on that as well, and that was pretty crazy. Ridiculous. But then WWE did something that I didn't like. The Money in the Bank was a lot of fun to watch.
Yes.
It wasn't really wrestling in my
No.
opinion. But it did such a good job of making me want to watch Raw because they said there's a big announcement with Becky, so I got to watch that. And then the first ever WWE champion reigning to give up the title because I'm gonna go be a mom. That's a big mood.
Really nice segment, I thought.
Yeah.
They really pulled it off. Obviously, with a crowd, this would have been awesome, but it still felt like a big emotional moment in wrestling.
It did.
I thought Asuka was amazing, just coming out being all shouting and ridiculous, and then when Becky says, "I'm going to be a mother," and she just goes, "Mother?"
What? Really?
It was so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch Raw a lot, but they had me. We all figured that was the case, but we had to hear it from her,
Yes.
her herself. And I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch. She's become such a star, and to kind of see that, it's such a cool thing. Right now, wrestling is weird, anyways. So it gives a rub to someone like Asuka now, who can take that and like run with it. Asuka's been killing the empty arena, era of wrestling. So
yeah, I really hope she has been a star throughout this empty arena time, and I really hope now she can properly get that main roster run she deserves with that slot opening up. And I think there's such a natural story to tell there with her and Shayna Baszler, both being the most dominant women in NXT history.
I'm really surprised you didn't just go straight to Kyrie.
I think there's definitely a story there, but I think
build.
right away, I think the Shayna Asuka thing could do wonders for both of their main roster careers. Kyrie Asuka is something I would definitely like to see. I still don't quite have the faith that main roster would be able to pull that off.
We'll see.
Just with two non-English speaking characters against each other. I don't see that, but I think it opens up opportunities for a lot of the other women on the roster.
So another thing is this brand invitation. Now NXT is a brand on Wednesdays of WWE. So will this cross over NXT to Raw and SmackDown people?
The open invitation?
Yeah.
I think we should definitely see that with the women's tag.
It's so 100%.
We'll maybe get onto that later with Kaya and Gonzalez, but 100% the women's tag should be a part of this invitational thing.
Because other than that, then it's just like, well, yeah, because everyone's down in Florida right now, so like whatever, brands don't really matter, but whatever, who cares? But it's interesting because I want to see the NXT kind of, if that brings other people, why isn't Matt Riddle like on Raw then? You know what I mean? Like that's what it seems interesting. So I did watch Money in the Bank. We did do a show on that, and then I watched Raw, which was shocking. But I had Monday off, so I watched that, and I was like, "Cool, this was a lot of fun." And then they talked about greatest wrestling match ever, which we do a show, Best Match Ever, on our Patreon, where we watch all these like crazy wrestling. And this time of quarantine, all we've been doing is watching, NXT. We've been watching the AEW for the Patreon as well. And then we started a show called Best Match Ever. We just watch old badass wrestling. And now's the time, as a wrestling fan, to watch wrestling you haven't like seen before. So the internet raves about Stan Hansen a lot. And I've seen some of his stuff.
That internet darling, Stan Hansen.
That internet darling. Indie darling, Stan Hansen.
All you keyboard warriors going on about your Stan Hansen and your 90s All Japan.
Well, we're gonna do a Best Match Ever, Stan Hansen, and for the first time ever on that show, Best Match Ever, we're being joined by a guest, the godfather of wrestling journalism, the godfather of post wrestling, John.
Just
Pollock.
the Godfather.
Just the Godfather.
Godfather, John Pollock.
Yeah, John Pollock. We miss him, so the invite. He heard Best Match Ever. He is a patron. God bless him, and he says, "Yo, guys, that show is lit. I'd love to come on." And then we were like, whoa, okay. So we're doing a show with him, and he's going to come on. We're going through a bunch of Stan Hansen classic matches, and we'll rate and dissect and pick our favorite ones and go back and forth with John Pollock.
Who knows? Maybe the G1 coffee ratings will come back.
Whoa!
We have our own. We have our own. I don't know. Yeah. I put it out there, Tim. I was like, hey, if you want to rate it by coffee, feel free.
Yeah.
Because we do the cage match ratings out of 10. We do the Meltzer ratings out of whatever 5. Meltzer chooses on the day.
Yeah.
And we do ours out of 5. So. It's going to be a really fun show next week.
I used to use fire emojis. That's technically what I give things when I say 5 stars. I mean fire emojis because you know why it's lit. That's why.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. We're doing that next week on our Patreon. This week we're doing. We did some old Was Next where we're going back in time with the old NXT stuff, which is quite interesting because there's teases and lead ups. We got Seth Rollins as champion and a debuting Roman Reigns, which is crazy. So we'll talk about that. All the NXT stuff. With Richie the Dragon Steamo. And then we have an Up Yours where a listener of a patron, World Champ patron, has chosen 8 Mile. B Detroit has chosen 8 Mile. We're going to be watching that, and that's going to be so much fun to talk about Mom Spaghetti.
Absolutely. And released just earlier today was my second part of my Lost retrospective. So last week we put on the free feed our thoughts on the pilot. I was joined by Kevin Hudson, who's from the Geek-Centric YouTube page and podcast. Friend of the show, MJ from NJ, and patron David Sykes. We're all Lost experts, and we talked all about the pilot last week for free on this feed. Go and check it out if you haven't already. And this week, we kind of looked at the entire series, 6 years worth. We were talking about time travel, smoke monsters, polar bears.
I thought this was like a Castaway. Like
Tom
Hanks.
So much more than that.
Oh, okay.
It's so much more than that. So we had a really long discussion on that this week. That's available to all patrons, including our cruiserweight tier for $2. That's live right now on the Patreon. And next week we will be doing our talk all about the finale, its legacy, if we think there's going to be any more lost down the line. Because, hey, people like a reboot.
Ooh, interesting.
A lot more to talk about next week. I'm really proud of that show. If you're a fan of Lost, go and check that out too.
Yeah, our Patreon is popping off. $2.05. $2.05 is the low tier, but $5 a month gets you all the shows, and that's the moneymaker there. So that's what we're aiming for, and that's so much fun. That's what I've been doing to keep sane during these times. I told myself I'd go on a lot more walks the past week, which I've been going on walks every day, but I stopped for a little while.
Was it because it snowed?
Yeah, it was. Here in Toronto, it snowed for no fucking reason. So I've just been like eating. We did some takeout. Not tonight though. We didn't. It was the return. We'll get into maybe food with the Gargano dinner segment.
Okay, sure.
We'll go with that. We'll
yes.
pair it. We'll do some pairings tonight. So I've just been like binge watching The Sopranos. I know I'll do a Patreon show on that when I do the finale. I know some listeners have already jumped in on that. And I've just been hanging out. I've been going through Crave movies and Netflix movies, and just that's what I've been doing. I've just been chilling. I did some Amazon shopping. Got us a new mat. Welcome mat. It's coming in the mail.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
I'm still waiting on stuff I ordered like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get it. Is what you're saying. I ordered a keyboard and it came in like 3 days.
Oh,
so.
Amazon's been fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
It's the other sites I've been using.
Oh.
Yeah. And I really don't want to be using Amazon, but
I know.
I know. They're good.
Yeah, it's like what
those underpaid people are really good at what they do. But try and find other sites if you can.
Yeah.
Just it might not get there.
Well, we had a talk on our Patreon show about like wrestling memorabilia, because that new Triple H Stephanie McMahon show that's without Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins for whatever reason, and it's all about rare WWE merch. And we talked about how I own a few autographs that I own Chris Benoit's autograph. What do I do with that? Is it worth money? Probably not. Is it going to be featured on that show? No, it definitely won't. But friend of the show, as we call associate producer John Cino, sent us just like a box of random WWE shit, and in it is something I didn't even know existed, which is an Io Shirai mask from NXT TakeOver 25, like a replica wrestling mask. Don't know why you sent this, John. Too kind, but now I own an Io Shirai mask, and you don't know how high Io Shirai gets me. I just walk around the house now wearing the Io Shirai mask.
Doing your groceries.
Yeah, it's got the mask thing.
It's very good.
It's
very effective.
Yeah, it is.
It protects you from those droplets.
Exactly, when people are speaking moistly on me.
Speaking moistly.
So I've just been, I've been doing that, and that's what I've been doing. How about you?
I've pretty much just been watching Lost.
Wow.
When I came up with the show idea, I was going to handpick a few episodes, and then I watched the pilot, and I was like, I'm just rewatching this whole thing.
Oh my god!
So I've kind of watched 6 seasons in 2 weeks, so haven't done much more than that. I've gone on a few walks. I like my daily walk. So that's pretty much been it. I did watch Impact yesterday. I write the reports for Post Wrestling, and I do want to say I know Impact gets a bad rep.
Yeah.
Watch the opening video for this week's. It was so funny.
Okay.
They're doing this because Tessa Blanchard is stuck in Mexico right now.
Wow.
Due to COVID.
Okay.
And she's their champion. They're doing a tournament for the #1 contendership.
Sure.
But Moose has just claimed he's the TNA champion. Wow. And he's stolen the TNA title.
Nice.
So this week's opening started with all the competitors in the tournament, and then Moose hijacked it with a video with the old voice of TNA promoting him. Yeah. But then throughout the whole thing, they've got clips from there's Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian in interviews going, this guy just locker room leader, and then it goes to Hulk Hogan in another interview if there's one guy I look up to in wrestling, it's him. And it's just all these old interviews that they've used to make it look like it's all about Moose. It was actually really quite funny, and Comedy in wrestling doesn't normally land, but when it does, it can be pretty funny. So go and check that out. It's about 3 minutes, and yeah, the YouTube room right now are going, yeah, that video was pretty awesome.
Moose. Bull. Moose. I know it's not wrestling related, but I saw some news. I'm not much of a video game person. I recently mentioned I was on the hunt for some PS2 because I want to get Here Comes the Pain bumping again. And I finally got the PS2, got the controllers, just got to find Here Comes the Pain somewhere in my house. I know it's somewhere in here. It's here in the BD, the Braden Davie estate. I just got to find it. But a game I have on PS2 is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, which I was a huge fan of. I was a huge fan of all of them. And I heard that they're remastering it for the PS4 and whatever. So I don't own a PS4, but you do. So when it comes out, can we get Tony Hawk 4?
Absolutely. Play a bit of, what is it, Horse?
Oh, yeah. So they're remastering 1 and 2, but I absolutely love those. I'm not much of a skateboarder, but I love the video games. And the soundtracks were so much fun. So I think I swear I've told the story where I was at the CNE, which is now canceled this year in Toronto, which is like the Canadian like big fair, and there was a wave riding thing that Tony Hawk was like sponsoring, and he was a guest like of honor there, and he was riding the waves, and then afterwards he like got off and he was like leaving, and kids were running up to him like I'm talking like so many people, and kids were running up with their boards asking him to like sign it with like Sharpies. And I didn't want to like meet him or anything, but I'm like leaving this demonstration, and I just yell like over this crowd of people. I go, "Yo, Tony, the soundtrack to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 was my personal favorite. It was so good." And he's like, "Who said that? Who said that?" I was like, "Yo, right here." He's like, "Thank you. I picked all the music in the games myself." I'm like, "I know. I read about it." He's like, "Thanks, man. Have a good one." I'm like, "Have a good one." And I was like, "Damn, he's cool." And he's one of my idols. And I don't even know much about skateboarding. I just love those games. So when it comes out, can we play that game?
Absolutely.
All right.
I just bought Fire Pro Wrestling.
I thought you were about to say you just bought a skateboard. And I was
No.
Dude.
I did get a skateboard for one birthday one year.
Oh.
And I figured I've got to cut like. I've told you about like my American family, and I figured my older cousin would know how to skateboard because hey, he's cool and American. Yeah. So, and yeah, we went to the park. I kind of fell over and was like, "Well, this is a terrible present," and yeah, never rode it again. It had a shark on it. It looked really cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I want to be so good at doing skateboarding that I can do a Christ air. You know, so when you go in the air and you just go like that and land. There's no way I can do it. No chance.
But yeah, I did just buy Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
I tried to wrestle one match and I was like, I don't know how to do this, and I turned it off.
We only got to try.
So we got to try it against each other.
Yeah, because it sucks that this is the year 2K was the year that sucked. Because I'm not much of a gamer, but we played 2K19, and it's like.
But honestly, is there? Like, we mainly play against each other. We don't really do stories much.
Sure.
Are we missing out on much not playing 20? We've downloaded all the way characters look now.
Yeah.
And
it's fun. It's cool.
It's still fun to play. We like our kind of created matches, like Iron Man, Hell in a Cell, Falls Count Anywhere kind of stuff.
Elimination Chambers and all sorts of
BDE
stuff.
Championship.
Yeah, Hangman Page, still the champion.
He is, yeah. We need to get that off him. But if you could have any other game kind of remade, what would it be?
If it wasn't Tony, because Tony Hawk being remade is pretty cool, because I'm a big fan. I swear it was remade recently, but this is like a proper remaster of 1 and 2 together. I don't know. Halo, the OG Halo, or like 1, 2, and 3, I think we're put into a series, which you have PS4. I should just maybe get an Xbox. I really like those games, but Here Comes the Pain remastered is what I want.
I feel, because a lot of people say No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
The problem is, I don't think you'd get the rights to the people in the game. Isn't that the issue?
Fuck.
But I would like a story mode like Here Comes the Pain.
Okay, I think
because they had the best story mode, right?
Yeah, it did. Where you walk around.
You walk around. You can get a girlfriend. I think. Like
what a story!
It's when I was like 13. I was like, "This is the best game ever." I have a girlfriend now.
Just play The Sims.
Yeah,
and then
I played The Sims. I made a really nice house.
I married Hillary.
And then my brother invited the dad of my family over to his place. Asked him to go for a swim. Removed the ladders. And killed him. And this guy is making big bucks. I had to sell off my TV. I had to sell off my snooker table. All the things. And it was like when I tried the skateboard. I was like, never doing this again.
Yeah, and then if you like kill people in The Sims, the cemetery shows up in your backyard, and then they start to haunt you.
Yeah. I do actually have Sims 4, I think, on the PlayStation. Just haven't played it yet. I just can't bring myself to do it anymore. Still bitter.
Sims Hot Date, and I think that awokened many things in me. I'm the person I am today because of Sims Hot Date. Yeah. We had a hot date tonight. It was NXT, right?
Yes.
That's our hot date.
That's
what we do on Wednesday nights. We are usually...
Gin?
We are drinking gin tonight, yeah. Because we are roommates, we don't go insane because we have someone we actually like live with, and we can just get lit and watch wrestling. Yes. So it's been a lot of fun. So I always look forward to our Wednesday nights because we just make food, we get some drinks on, White Claws, and we get it going. So we watch some NXT because we are your NXT friends. And we like that. And NXT from tonight was a pretty good show, and I can't wait to talk about it. NXT from May 13th, 2020. Bro. We have a NXT Tag Team title match. Matt Riddle, the original Bro, and his tag team partner, Timothy Thatcher, are coming down to defend the titles against Imperium's Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. So there's some speculation that Walter was the attacker of Finn Balor, and that's kind of seems not to be the thing.
Well, I think that was maybe the original story.
Sure.
But obviously, that damn COVID.
Damn
COVID. Murder Hornets.
Don't get me started on... They're not here yet. I haven't seen... We don't have them in Canada yet, but geez, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So, Fabian Eichner, Marcel Bartel. Marcel Bartel. It's fucked because
just Martin and Fab.
Fab. Even Beth Phoenix was like Fabian Eichner. I'm like, damn it! Now I'm gonna get that confused too, Beth. It is noted it's Beth Phoenix, Byron Saxton, and Mauro Ranallo on commentary. So Thatcher and Bartel are going back and forth, and Thatcher's trying to lock in some arm bars, and there's punches, and there's arm drags from Eichner, who tags back in. Eichner at one point is in with Riddle, catches him on his shoulders in midair and like flexes. Riddle gets out of it. There's gut wrench suplexes all around, and then hits an exploder on Bartel. Goes for a senton, gets the knees up. There's a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. They work on Riddle. When they come back from break, they're continuing to beat down on Matt Riddle. Fabian Eichner and Bartel, they tag back in and out. Riddle finally hits a roundhouse to Bartel, goes for a monkey flip, but inadvertently monkey flips him into his own tag team partner of Timothy Thatcher, who just gets very, very mad. Mad Tim. He's like, yo, why did you just throw this guy at me? And walks off the apron, walks up the ramp, and leaves. And just Matt Riddle and his like best sad boy impression is, Tim, what are you doing? Where are you going? And he just walks off, and then he turns around. He blocks the powerbomb uppercut combo. You think Riddle can take on both guys at once now. Hits a series of V-triggers, all sorts of things, but it's too much. 2-on-1. They finally hit the powerbomb uppercut combo, and Bartel pins Riddle. We have new NXT Tag Team Champions, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel.
Marcel Bartel.
Marcel
Martin.
Bartel.
Just mine.
This is a lot of fun, and it kind of already goes to what we thought this would be, which is we thought Thatcher was going to join Ring Camp or Imperium,
yeah.
And this isn't the fact. He's just like, nah.
I really liked it, actually. I've not seen a kind of... I thought it was quite a creative collision, like knocking Thatcher off the apron with the monkey flip.
Yeah.
Don't think I've ever seen that before. It's normally just a guy moves and you forearm them in the face.
It's just funny how Thatcher was just like clearly supposed to be like dum-da-dum-da-da, not looking at the match at this one part, and then he gets knocked down. But
I quite liked it. They set up before the match with the Riddle did the flip-flop toss thing with his feet, and it hit Thatcher in the face. And I get it. I get it from Thatcher's point of view. He was one of the most serious wrestlers in the indies and killed it in Europe, and now he's coming here, and sure, he's helping out this tag champ, but he's not here to play games and be on game shows and piss around. He's here to fight people.
Yeah.
It made sense. I think Imperium are great to have the tag titles. They're a tag team we've enjoyed for so long now.
Sure.
And now we know they're going to be wrestling hopefully more regularly with the tag titles.
I'm a big fan of both these guys, yeah.
I really like this direction.
Yeah, I like this, and it's interesting. It instantly adds like a story. NXT has been kind of lacking the stories within the show. Like AEW has so much direction and like meaning behind different things, and a story that keeps moving. So tonight it felt like a story was moving because when we come back from commercial after this match, we see Timothy Thatcher being interviewed like in the back, and they're like, hey, so you just walked out on Matt Riddle, like what's the deal with that? And he's like, all he had to do was knock him and I tap him, and I'm tired of his game shows and his flip-flops and his stuff. I want to be a tag champion, but not with that hot mess. And Matt Riddle confronts him and he's like, bro, what the hell was that? And then they start to get in an altercation, they start to fight, and all the NXT refs come and split them apart, and we're seeing some heat from both these guys. Obviously, Riddle. This makes a lot of sense to me.
It was the best Thatcher's sounded since he's come here. I think he sounded genuinely pissed off, and I loved this. I thought it was great.
I like that Matt Riddle also, because like if you just got turned, like your partner's dipped on you, you would go to him right away and be like, yo, what the fuck? So here he is like, yo, what the hell, bro?
I feel it's something I've been wanting to see from Riddle more. I love the fun-loving Matt Riddle, but for him to be taken as like a potential champion one day, you need to see him kick it into that gear where he's kind of mad and it's like, what the fuck, bro? And he tapped into it here. I love this opening. I thought it was great.
We have a superstar facts. We've had superstar facts on this show before, but here is Charlotte facts, not Baszler facts. Yes. Charlotte facts.
Random facts no one asked for, but we got them anyway.
And the fact is, Charlotte's a multi-time champ.
Well, it's saying she's the first ever multi-time of each championship.
Gotcha.
So we've had people who've held all three.
Sure.
But no one's held all three more than once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, has Charlotte ever been women's tag champ?
No.
Well, you know who has? Asuka.
Asuka.
That's right, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Beating the Asuka's like streak. Love Charlotte, but that made me mad. Like Asuka more. So we have a women's match now featuring Tegan Knox. She comes down to the ring and she's going one-on-one with someone, maybe a familiar face to some wrestling fans. We haven't seen her here too much, but you know, now's the time to shine for some wrestlers. Indy Hartwell. Yes. Oh, wow, I'm thinking Rockwell like Sam Rockwell.
I think, was this her? We've seen her on Raw, I believe, in the empty arena.
I swear I've seen her, yeah.
I'm not sure if this is her NXT debut or not, but we've seen her on WWE TV.
Okay. Yeah.
I believe she was on Raw.
Tegan Knox and Indy Hartwell are here. Tegan and her go back and forth. Indy gets some offense with a sidewalk slam when she spins her around, catches her, drops her for a 2 count. She springboards, into the ring, but gets caught into a chokehold, and Tegan does the Lady Kane and goes for what I could only describe as, remember when The Undertaker tried to chokeslam Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Or Goldberg. It's...
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, sorry. The new yardstick of great things. We watched The Last Ride, and we did our review of that as well on Sunday.
It's series I'm very much looking forward to seeing the rest of. So good.
So, a really bad chokeslam, but maybe it was just one time. Because usually does a pretty good chokeslam. I got to give it to Tegan. But it's only a 2 count. Hartwell fights back. There's uppercuts in the corner, knees to faces. Tegan flies off the top rope with a crossbody. As Morrow says, she is the Captain America of NXT because her gear is kind of It was kind of Miss Captain Marvel, but
yeah, I didn't get Captain America vibes.
It was a little bit.
Okay.
And gets up from the crossbody, then hits the shiniest wizard and pins Indy just like that. And Tegan Knox wins this match.
Yeah, not bad little match. I thought Indy Hartwell showed off some like nice aggression. Both were making use of screaming as much as you can because it's an empty arena match, so making a lot of noise. No, I thought the chokeslam didn't look good, but yeah, I thought both looked pretty decent here apart from that chokeslam.
Yeah, I thought the match was fine. I know it's hard for Tegan because the Dakota thing is separated now clearly, and it needs to be. But like, damn, where do we go from here with different stories and stuff? However, Tegan Knox and Candice LeRae like baking in their house on NXT WWE's like social media page.
Right.
They have a cooking show where there's bake things.
What's it called?
I don't remember now, but I'll go check it out. Fantastic. It was before Candice turned heel because her hair isn't purple yet. So smart. But she's over that Tegan. Tegan's got colorful hair though.
She was red today, was it? Yeah.
Colorful hair, don't care. Like Takeshi.
Sure.
You know who that is?
Yeah, that 69er bloke.
Yeah.
Tit, isn't he?
Yeah. Jeff Hardy could walk, so 6'9" could run.
Okay.
We have a recap of Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. How they got in a little fight last week over who should be facing Charlotte and who's the NXT champion, women's champion, and all that. Rhea Ripley has a little promo here saying, WrestleMania didn't go very well for me, but I can bounce back. I know I can take out Charlotte, but Io Shirai is getting in my way. An old man once said, we've only just begun. That NXT Women's Championship belongs to me. So I don't know if Rhea Ripley is saying it's only just begun because of Ric Flair saying it's only just begun. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She's called him a stupid old man. So
geez.
insulting the family.
Whoa.
Yeah, this felt the heel turn for me for Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, she was like, Io couldn't get the job done. Well, Io won the match. It was just a DQ.
Sure.
So, like Io can get the job done. I feel the title will go to Io and we'll be building to an eventual Io Candice, but this time the roles are reversed.
Nice.
I feel that's the big feud we're going towards.
Thinking of big matches in that division, I think that's number one for me.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to Candice a little later, but there's so many options for Charlotte to face Candice and so forth, and they'll go back to the Io thing. But when it comes down to, Charlotte's eventually going to leave again. When that happens, the big feud rematch from last summer from Toronto is Io and Candice.
Yeah.
100%.
I think
take my money.
Rhea's just. I don't really care if she's a heel now or a face.
She should go to SmackDown.
I feel SmackDown would be a good fit for her.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Not here. Not. I'm not meaning it like to be mean, but like you've done everything now. It's time to go.
Yeah.
The other two have more stories to tell.
I think
and more exciting stories that get over. I know we're in no crowd era time, but anytime Io or Candice came out, that's what people are like talking about. Like, I want to see those two again. That's what you want to see. And we did so many shows the past year in January, talking about like matches of the year. And if you had to pick one women's match of the year from last year in 2019, we picked that match because it was just so great. I mean, we were there, but it was so good. So to go back to that feud is awesome. We got like super lit a few weeks ago and watched some old Io Shirai from like Stardom.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. We got to do it, and I'll wear my mask. I'll watch some more matches in the mask that I have now.
You can do that on your own.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I do alone with that mask.
I hear enough.
So, Matt Riddle is backstage on an iPad, and he's on a FaceTime call with NXT General Manager William Regal. He's FaceTiming him, bro. He's bro-timing. He says, look, I want a match with Thatcher. You saw what he did with me? He's a piece of shit. Essentially, William Regal's like, yeah, all right. That Timothy Thatcher. He's no oil painting. You can have a match. And William Regal is now attacked by Thatcher, like instantly here in the back. They're going back and forth, throwing him around. He throws Riddle to the floor, and he kind of like hits him with a TV, like a monitor, which Riddle kind of falls on. Ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie,
Painful.
ouchie. Looks like it hurt. Bro, get that checked out. So it is then announced that later tonight, our main event is in fact Matt Riddle versus Timothy Thatcher. So, okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, the story is moving through an episode. This makes for good TV.
I think when you opened with the tag match was the only kind of big advertised match apart from the Cruiserweight tournament. So opening the show with that should have maybe like tipped us off a bit that we were going to get some sort of angle, because NXT usually promotes their main events ahead of time. So here it was nice that they hadn't promoted it so much, but they're going to build it up throughout segments throughout the show, which isn't so much an NXT thing usually. But it worked
exactly.
here. I thought we needed a shot in the arm, and we got it this week.
That's what I like in my you gotta have some storytelling and reasons for matches. Just this made you want to watch them fight. Yeah, he left him out to dry, so wouldn't he want to fight him? And then we get to see it, so it makes sense. Good storytelling. It's moving it along, and it's interesting that it's all happening because the general manager's at home on his iPad.
Yeah,
FaceTiming him.
Yeah, right. You can do that match.
You think William Regal's like I think of like someone's grandpa using an iPad. Like, all right, hold on, I gotta figure this out.
In What's Next, we know what Dusty used to look at on his iPad.
Oh yeah, what was he?
He was just always looking at divas.
Yeah, he's like, and
he's like,
that
hey,
one.
look at this one. Oh
Diva.
yeah, she's got potential, baby. Like swipes.
Oh, what you know about hard times? Hard times come because Tony Nese is coming down to the ring. Tony Nese is part of the Cruiserweight Interim Tournament.
Yeah.
Or as Jordan Devlin is calling the Champions. The Championships.
The Champions.
Jordan Devlin and Sami Zayn have a lot in common right now.
Well, no, they don't. I'd be mad if I was Sami. Because Jordan Devlin's getting to keep his title while this, like...
True.
Fake champion's going to be crowned.
Yeah.
Sammy's just getting it stripped off him.
Wow. It's because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's because he's from Quebec.
It's because he has morals as well, I think.
It's because he's a ginger beard. They're always trying to hold us down. You don't understand. You don't understand. Tony Nese is going one-on-one against Jake Atlas. But before the match, Jake Atlas is backstage in Gorilla with Byron Saxton. He says, I'm going to do this until I die. I'm in a do-or-die situation. I aim to defeat Tony Nese, a former Cruiserweight champion, to stay in this. You see, I'm a Drake Maverick fan. I hope he beats Kushida, and I can't wait to get caught up and do this all again. But I gotta go, because I gotta beat Nese. And his music hits, and he runs out.
It was something that, after we finished recording the show last week, the forum, there was a bit of a discussion going on our thread for this about the potential of there being a tie on this tournament and whether it's something we see happening. I think now it might be a bit more likely now Jake Atlas has kind of put that idea in our head that this is a possibility. There could be a tie in this tournament.
As soon as he said that, I was like, ooh, you know how much we love Kushida in this household. I went through my closet and went to Japan years ago and got me a Kushida hoodie, but because, I'm a big gaijin, Godzilla gaijin, and it didn't fit me. So I was like, this has been in my closet for, I haven't worn it. And it's been, it's essentially brand new when he was still in New Japan. So
right.
I gifted it to you. I re-gifted it. But I was just like, here, take this. So have you worn it yet?
I have not yet. I washed it. I didn't trust you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I haven't worn it yet. But it is the kind of Asian sizes are different.
Yeah.
I made that mistake a few years ago when I lived in the UK. SummerSlam, they were playing at a nightclub. So we, a load of our friends, met up in the middle of the country in Birmingham.
But remember nightclubs?
God, rest in peace.
Oh.
A load of our friends from all over the country met in Birmingham, which is in the middle, to go to this nightclub and watch SummerSlam. And we thought we're going to do fancy dress. So dressed up as 3MB. I was Heath Slater. Had a ginger wig. And I ordered all of us these,
assless chaps?
Fake leather pants from eBay.
God.
But obviously it's eBay, so they came from China. So got these, I ordered a medium for me, which are, extra small.
Oh.
Didn't fit at all.
Ooh, you got
so
the
I had to
division
order
sign?
another pair.
Man
So now
with
I've got 2 pairs of fake leather pants back home just to be Heath.
You don't have them here?
No.
Oh, we would have some fun with them.
Well, if one didn't fit me, they're definitely not fitting you. But yeah, so I've got 2 pairs of leather pants because I wanted to be Heath Slater.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, let me know about the Kushida hoodie, and then put the pants on when go get your mom to send the pants over, and then wear it with them.
I don't want that conversation. Hey, Mum, can you look for my leather pants? Hey, Dave, you haven't called her 3 weeks. What is this?
Mom, I need these leather pants.
Need these leather pants stat.
Chris Jericho. You could be Chris Jericho.
I could be Chris Jericho.
You could live that lifestyle. Yeah. Wear them in a hot jacuzzi. Is what you could do with them. If we were to ever dress up as 3MB, you would have to be Drew, and I would be Heath.
Was I the champion?
Because, I mean, if you want to be Ginger, you could, but I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to be like our prime minister.
Yeah.
But Tony Nese is someone I don't think either of us could dress up as. because he's got many abs.
Yes.
Not saying we don't have abs.
And we've got more personality as well.
Tony Nese and Jake Atlas go back to back. They're doing counter for counter. Both of these guys are super fast. I've been liking Jake Atlas so far in NXT, and he's quite impressive. He does a backflip, ducks another move, does a cartwheel, then stops and does like this take a bow thing. And Nese wants none of that and punches him in the face, which makes total sense. If a guy does that, you're gonna punch him. There's a nasty German suplex from Atlas, just dropping Tony on his head, and then hits like a step up enziguri, but he kicks out at 2. There's then this jumping side, catching neck breaker.
This whole sequence was really nice. So Atlas goes for an Irish whip, but Nese baseball slides through his legs and turns it into a pump handle slam.
Yeah.
Which Atlas got out of and then hits the leaping neck breaker. Really nice sequence.
Nese kicks out of that at 2. He fires back with a series of chops, and Jake Atlas then grabs him by the arm, chops back, runs up the ropes, and we've seen him do this move before. Now, in the indies, he called it the LGB DDT.
Yes.
But now here he does it. It's a arm, holding, run up the ropes, cartwheel into a DDT, backflipping
on the top rope.
Yeah, running the ropes essentially. Cartwheels on the ropes, backflips onto the guy who you still holding his hand, and the DDTs him. So they're calling it now the Rainbow DDT.
Nice.
And it looks awesome. It looks like a rainbow.
Yes.
A double rainbow.
Oh, rest in peace.
That guy died?
That guy died this week.
Rest in peace. Really?
Yeah, 2020 sucks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The double rainbow guy?
Double rainbow man
Now there's
died.
no hope in the world. Maybe that's why he called it the Rainbow DDT here.
Maybe he's building up for the War Games match where he hits a double rainbow DDT.
Oh, do a double rainbow.
Yeah.
Do a double rainbow, dude. That looks sick. Jake Atlas pins Tony Nese and gets his point here in the Cruiserweight tournament. This was a lot of fun. I'm pretty high on Jake Atlas. I think he's really cool. And that move is sweet. It is really cool. Like a cartwheeling the ropes into the DDT. Looks sweet. The rainbow.
Good match, actually. I knock Tony Nese for being boring, but he can work. He can wrestle. And I thought this was pretty entertaining.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For a big return on Wednesday night? Here tonight? Get this. We see the return of Cool Kyle.
Yeah, he's back. We've missed him.
Oh my God. It's not even Cool Kyle anymore. It's Castaway Kyle.
Castaway Kyle.
Kyle O'Reilly is in a Zoom call, in a Zoom chat with the NXT champion, Adam Cole, who are then joined by Bobby Fish and then Roderick Strong.
And
it's
each
the Zoom
time
chat.
someone enters the chat, they're going...
Tim Allen type.
It was fantastic.
Cool Kyle says that he's been making a movie. That's why he's been away. He's on location with Danny DeVito, or something along those lines. He says it's like a Castaway type thing. He's growing out his beard, and he's got a ginger beard.
Mm.
I didn't notice that before. It kind of looks ginger.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah,
Canadian ginger. He says they all say that he misses him and whatever. And Roderick Strong goes, whoop, there it is, because he found his Fitbit.
He's like, look guys, I found my Fitbit. He's like, whoop, there it is. You can tell he's a dad pulling out a quote from a song that's 20 years old.
And he's got a Fitbit.
Yeah.
No offense, but
I got a Fitbit.
No, but you could be a dad.
Yeah.
Hopefully not anytime soon. He says, you guys are killing it, Kyle says. He goes, Undisputed Era are still killing it on NXT. And I'm sorry I'm away, but, it's fine. And they go, it's cool, man. We got Fish. We got Roddy. We're killing it. We know. And they say that it was so embarrassing what they did to Velveteen Dream. Like, wow, what a loser. And what's the deal with that Dexter Loomis guy who's just creeping around? Like, why is he so obsessed with us? Why don't, we should teach him a lesson. You know what? Someone should teach him a lesson. And then they go, you know what, guys? On 3, let's all say who we think should face Dexter Loomis. 1, 2, 3. Roddy.
Me.
So, of course, the workhorse of NXT, Roderick Strong, is going to take the responsibility to fight for the Undisputed Era's honor and face Dexter Loomis next week.
And then they're all going, miss you, Kyle. Miss you, Kyle.
Miss you, Kyle.
Miss you, Kyle.
Miss you, Kyle. It's going to be Roddy.
I know I know already there's going to be a lot of people going, oh, they're just stealing the Bubbly Bunches stuff. This was
Zoom call.
I know, but I know we're going to get those criticisms. I can see it already, but I thought this was so entertaining, and I kind of hope after seeing this, once we go back to normal, this is something you can use now and again.
Yeah.
You don't need to have everyone backstage. What did they used to do? Just hang out in like the back of a merch trailer?
The truck.
It was like, this works. I thought this was so funny. Shows off their personalities. You get the feeling that these guys are actually mates as well. They're not just playing this. Like, this seemed like a lot of fun. Nice to see Kyle again. Cole, his like gaming setup is pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, he loves that stuff. He's like me with my PS2 now. I'm a retro gamer now. Yeah, it was really cool. And obviously Roderick Strong is the guy who wears his red Calvins, steps up to the plate, and will face anything that steps in his way. He's the guy here. He was Mr. Ring of Honor. You know what? He's Mr. NXT. Like, he's the guy who they're like, fuck, we need to fill 30 minutes. But he could do an hour if he wanted to. Yeah.
The YouTube room right now are just going off on Adam Cole's video game collection, and they're very jealous.
Oh yeah, damn. I'm not much of a gamer, but it's now in times when we're chilling at home, not doing much. It can be fun. I like retro stuff. Like, I'm looking at my N64. We got that Genesis. We got everything. Although you won't play GoldenEye with me anymore.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, unless it's throwing knives.
I just want to make sure I'm sober when I do it.
Well, That's
my excuse. I can use that like for one more game.
Yeah, right. Like me and Mario Kart. So it was really nice to see Kyle O'Reilly back on Wednesday nights.
Yes.
It was really nice to see cool Kyle. I'm happy he's doing okay wherever he may be. Hopefully, at home, chilling, resting. But there was another return tonight. A big one.
A huge one.
Maybe the biggest one.
The biggest return, it's been anticipated for so long, is the return of The End Is Here.
Jim Johnston.
Yes. Jim Johnston, The End Is Here. They're one of the best, my favourite themes ever.
Is it like Armageddon or Judgment Day?
Armageddon, Vengeance. They use this a bunch.
The End Is Here.
Yeah.
It's Jim Morrison. Now we recently, I think maybe they dug it out because they heard us talking about how we have a giant poster in our hallway here of Jim Morrison, one of my all-time favorites. And you on this show made a very controversial argument that Jim Johnston is better than Jim Morrison. Now
he is, and tonight proved that.
Didn't
hear Jim Morrison tonight, did you?
Well, actually, oddly enough, when this segment was tweeted out by NXT, I clicked the replies to see what some of the fans were thinking of this song being brought back, and I read from three different strangers on the internet that thought this was the song by The Doors, The End. Because it sounds like that song. Google The Doors, The End, and then listen to Jim Johnston, The End. It's supposed to be a rip, but it's fucking sick. This song is amazing.
It's one of the best WWE songs ever.
Yeah, Jim Johnston's The End Is Here, but why is it being played? Well, we thought we heard parts of it. We thought maybe they were using it for this new superstar, two new superstars, Karrion Kross and Scarlett. And in fact, it is. It's like a little music video vignette here with that song playing out, which is so badass. It brings me back to all the old wrestling themes I had on like my old MP3 player and stuff. The End Is Here is playing, and Karrion Kross is cutting like a little promo, cut back and forth. He's in a suit, kind of looking like Hitman. It's Scarlett by his side, kind of X-Men, Hellfire Club vibes kind of thing going on here. He says, the world is tiredly searching for answers, questions, motives, explanations. That also, he gave me more of, what's the dude from Scream? Billy Loomis?
Billy Loomis,
who's,
yeah.
Spoiler, the killer, who says, it's the new generation. Who needs motives?
Neve Campbell in talks, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
Scream 5? Holy, only if David Arquette's in it, former WCW champion. The world wants explanations, but you see, terrible people do terrible things. The end is here. We're not here to shock the system. I'm not here to save you from corrupted black hearts. We are your entertainment. It's time to wake up from the dream. Ciampa is the first, but you see, he was not the next. Everyone will fall and pray. The end is here.
I gotta admit, I didn't pay too much attention because I was just kind of jamming out to the song.
Johnston.
But yeah, is Ciampa chilling right now?
He must be.
I get the feeling they're kind of putting that on the back burner and just going to move on to something else with Cross for the time being. Or maybe they're just building up for a big return. I don't know. But there wasn't any mention of Ciampa last week, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see more of this guy.
And more Jim Johnston.
Absolutely.
Remember when we saw him live? Let's just keep talking about that every week because it was so great. Maybe we'll see him live one day. I know we were joking recently that he should show up in AEW, but here they're using his stuff again. So he clearly got he clearly got a little check from this somehow. Some way. But it was great to hear it. It's such a good song.
It's great.
Wrestling song. Yeah, it works. Cool to see. Great video from Karrion and Scarlett. They look cool. Their spooky debut was awesome. Dakota Kai vignette here. Dakota's talking about her history here in NXT and how Tegan took her shine even when she came back from injury. But now she's teamed with Raquel Gonzalez, and we see Raquel show up on a motorcycle. They're outside somewhere.
Badass, yeah.
Yeah, she's looking badass in like a nice like dress like to go out in, but then riding a motorcycle. And she's like, we know what it's like to be outcasts. This is the Hurt Business, and we're going to hurt a lot of people. So the Hurt Business, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. If you ask me, this screams WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
I hope so. You've got the titles right now on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, who are playing baby faces, I believe. You did just bring the Iconics. Are you going to go back to that? Are you going to put it back on them? I feel we keep saying over and over again how strong this women's division is in NXT.
Yeah.
Come on, let's start having legitimate tag teams. I think if Tegan Nox isn't doing much at the moment, have her and Kaden Carter or whatever, them form a team. You've got Aaliyah and Chelsea. Aaliyah's teasing this thing with Robert Stone.
We'll get there.
Which we'll get to later. Have them as a team. I think there's more options and more attention are going to be given to the tag titles in NXT, especially with Asuka now as a singles champion. That's another tag team you've just lost on the main roster.
Sure, yeah. Tag team. So, I would like the titles to be over here. They teased it with Sasha and Bayley way back when.
Yeah,
and we still never.
We've had one match.
Yeah.
Now you've got the Invitational as well. Just have Dakota and Raquel turn up on SmackDown and just win these things.
Yeah, we have Shotzi and Nox as well.
Oh, that's the team.
There you go.
Shotzi
we have
Nox.
so many tag teams here in NXT in the women's division. This video was fine. It was no Jim Johnston, and John Cena in the room says it's because Jim Johnston has been busy working on the WH post Perez theme song contest.
Oh yes, indeed.
We forgot to enter that.
Yeah, we still we might. Who knows?
Sure. Isaiah Swerve Scott is backstage. He's being interviewed. He says, "I will do what it takes to win tonight. You see, I have confidence. I do. I have a lot of it. I'm smooth, I'm innovative, and Phantasma found out about that real quick. And Gallagher will end up with Swerve with the victory. Now, excuse me, I have a house to protect." He walks off, then he comes back, tilts his glasses, and says, "Swerve's house."
Welcome to Swerve's house.
Yeah, it was all right. So Swerve will be going in the Cruiserweight match later on against someone which I got very excited.
Tattoo Jack!
That Tattoo Jack is back.
Tattoo Jack is back.
But we'll get to that because up next is the announcement. You're all waiting to hear. Well, by the time you're listening to this, you probably already know. DX have an announcement. That's right. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are in the truck here at NXT Full Sail, and they got a big announcement here. You see, it's been 25 years since the beginning of In Your House, and well, we're all in our houses. Yeah. We're stuck inside. We all can't be at wrestling shows. We all can't be outside. We're stuck in our houses. 25 years since In Your House, and Road Dogg shows up, another producer here at NXT. Road Dogg says, "Hey, I remember wrestling him, Jeff Jarrett, and hey, Triple H, didn't you wrestle Henry Godwin?" And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to talk about that. So everyone's in their houses. So we thought, why not bring it to you? On June 7th, Sunday, June 7th, NXT will take over once again. NXT TakeOver In Your House. The brand that delivers will deliver again. Ooh, big words from Triple H.
I think this is great. We haven't really had a takeover. We've had, obviously, Tampa was spread out across multiple USA editions of NXT.
Yeah.
We need something to build to. Sure, it's still going to be an empty arena thing, but if we're running these shows weekly, we need something big to lead up to and build to. The logo looks awesome, by the way. The old school
NXT
logo.
in your house. This should be on a T-shirt. Give it to me now.
And I love the idea with NXT. It's the brand that's the future, but they do bring back these old concepts like War Games and In Your House.
Yeah.
These kind of retro things, but it's cool when they do it. It's not an old school Raw with just Jimmy Hart strutting out. You know, it's that they do a new twist to it.
NXT takeover in your house.
I do expect more possibly cinematic stuff.
Yeah.
Probably Karrion Kross in that role.
They're going to fight in a house.
Sure.
Someone's house is going to
do it.
They're going to fight
Absolutely.
B&Es.
There was also Sean giving a dig towards the Triple H 25th anniversary SmackDown segment with Vince.
Oh.
He was like, oh, well, whatever it is, it can't be much worse than that segment. That segment was awful, but I loved it all the same. But yeah, exciting news. June 7th. So we'll announce it right now. Join us on a live a live post show.
Yeah, we'll do a show
NXT.
for it.
Yes,
it'll be on this very feed. We will be doing a show. We'll be going live afterwards. We're not sure if we'll do a watch along because we do got to watch and do. The podcast comes first, and the watch alongs are fun, but more so we kind of want to like watch and
pay
take notes
attention.
and stuff.